Hey, good morning. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom, Pajama Grandma here, in, of course, a pair of my favorite pajamas, sitting and pondering what I got done yesterday, coming out of an incredibly amazing event. I forgot how much I love attending events. I haven't really been to any type of an industry, with the exception of like a one-day trade show, pretty much in my local area. I have not been to an event for, I want to say 8 years. No, it's been 8 years. So it was really amazing how much fun it is and how rewarding it is to connect with real people, other people that think like you do, that are doing the same things that you do, that have, we all have our own different goals and objectives, because we all human beings have our own different goals and objectives and the things that we want to achieve in our life. But to be around people that think the same way you do from a big picture standpoint. I mean, we're all motivated, trying to get ahead in our lives, but also we all want to change the world. We all want to make the world a better place. There's always a couple people that are all about themselves and all about the money. But for the most part, in this particular group, it is the most altruistic, fabulous, kind-hearted, want to make the world a better place group of people that I've had the privilege of being around in a really, really long time. A lot of times when we're trying to do something or building our own businesses, we think we're crazy. We feel like we're in it all alone. I can't tell you how many times and this is true of both the offline and the online world. And I guess I knew it would be more so on the online world, because a lot of the time you're in your house working by yourself until you get your teams going and get your teams built up. You spend a lot of your time physically alone. Now, when I was running my brick and mortar businesses, for example, my Italian food manufacturing business, I often felt alone, even though I was surrounded by a lot of people. I often felt alone and stressed out and frustrated, even though, there were always people around me, and I was really pretty much never, ever physically alone. Very seldom did I get any actual alone time. But so I think it's maybe in the way that we think that we feel alone so much, but the fact is we're never alone. We're always connected to other people as much as we want to be. Most of us, we isolate ourselves, and we like to think as human beings that we're different, and we are different than everybody else, and we think differently than everybody else, and we are unique and special, but we're also more like other people, or there's always other people that are like us that we can find if we want to seek them out and connect with them. And there's so much power in that, by connecting with other people that think the same way we do, and not necessarily 100% the same way we do, but it helps us to know that we're not the only person that thinks this a certain way. We're not the only person that wants to change the world. Although most of the people around me have told me, you're crazy. Nobody wants to change the world, and you're certainly not going to. Which, come on, just tell me I can't do something, and it's done. Because I hate when people tell me I can't do something, because nothing is impossible. If I believe it to be true, I'm the only one that has to believe it to make it happen. I really am the only one that has to believe something to make it happen. Now, the tough part about that is I can do that for me or against me. If I'm the only one that has to believe something to make it happen, yep, I'm the only one that can make it happen, both for the good and the bad. If I believe something that's limiting me or is negative or is bad for me, I'm going to make that happen just as readily as if I believe something that is good for me. If I believe I can have perfect health, I can have perfect health. If I believe I'm fat and ugly, I will create fat and ugly in my life. If I believe I can't get out of bed and there's nothing I can do about it, I can't get out of bed and there's nothing I can do about it. My mind will create that reality for me. It will make it physically impossible for me to get out of bed. Now you're probably thinking, how do you know that, Sharon? And I will say, because last May, I couldn't get out of bed. I had a challenge where for several weeks, I couldn't make it to the bathroom. I couldn't get out of bed. And who created that? I created that. Why did I create that? I don't really even know 100%. I tried to figure it out as I was laying there not being able to get out of bed, and I know it was a stressful time. I was worried about some things. I was worried about my kids, which, come on, does worrying ever help anyone? No. It puts negative energy into the world. And if we're having something that we're worrying about, the last thing we want to do is have our alarm go off in the middle of a Facebook Live. No, that's not the last thing. A hell of a lot worse things can happen than your alarm going off in the middle of a Facebook Live. But worrying, for example, is giving more negative energy to what it is that I don't want. So if I'm ever worrying about something, guess what? I'm thinking about it. If I'm thinking about it, I'm helping to create it. That's the last thing I want to do. So if at all possible, take worrying out of your repertoire whatsoever. But if you can't, whenever you notice yourself worrying, flip it around, turn it around to say, what is it that I do want? And then start thinking about and focusing on that. That's what I do about worrying now. If I'm worried about my achy hips, instead of thinking about, oh my God, my hip hurts, my hip hurts, my hip hurts, I think about something in my body that feels good. Oh, well, my right foot feels good. My right foot feels good. I don't have a migraine. Or I don't think I don't have a migraine. I think my head feels awesome. I'm going to have a terrific day. But I do whatever I can to not think about or focus on or worry about the one thing that's hurting. Because if I think about that, if I worry about that, if I ponder it, talk about it, I'm just going to get it to the point where I can't walk for the day. So nobody wants that. Anyway, I am working on creating a bunch of content videos for people with chronic pain and about chronic pain and about overcoming chronic pain, because I am all about killing chronic pain and kicking it out of your life as much as humanly possible so that you can experience the life that you're here to live, the life that I'm here to live. I've been doing it for 37 years. Had I not decided 33, 34 years ago that that is what I was going to do, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. I absolutely know for sure that I would not have had all of the incredible experiences I've had with my life. And so I'm on a mission to share as much of that with as many people as I can, the things that have worked for me, the things that haven't worked for me. And keeping in mind that every one of us is unique. We are special. We are different. But we all have to figure out what's right for us and what works for us. And that begins with making the decision to make a change, making the decision to figure it out, making the decision that my life is worth whatever it takes to create the life I want. So that's what I'm working on today. I caught up with all my things from being out of town last week, which I do miss Orlando. It was beautiful weather. And then yesterday morning, of course, I wake up and we've got a little fresh dusting of snow. So back to the cold, back to the usual, back to my normal climate. And with that comes a whole set of adaptation and things that I need to do to make myself feel awesome in this environment. So those are the things I'm working on for my online business today and that transition. I also really hit home yesterday that I need to find a virtual assistant, somebody that can help me with the repetitive things in the systems that I've set up already for my business, just to free up some of my time. Because I spent a couple of hours yesterday catching up and posting and sharing information around on the internet, and that I don't need to be doing that. I should be creating content. Yes, I, believe it or not, should be creating content, not doing the administrative stuff behind the scenes that I can hire somebody else to do. So that actually should go on my list for today. Well, go out, make it an awesome day. Get your energy up. I'm having some coffee, some lemon water, and doing a little meditating and doing my morning routine. So go out, make it an awesome day, and I will see you tomorrow. And by tomorrow, I'll remember what day of my new adventure I'm on. I actually couldn't remember today. So instead of going and firing up my computer and losing time trying to figure it out, I just said, I'm going to guess a number and I'm going to do it. So do what you can with what you've got right now, and I will see you tomorrow.